What's up, everybody? This is another edition of Budget Wargamer, and today we're going to talk about Saturday's new releases from Games Workshop. This is for the Harlequin pre-orders, if you guys are looking forward to those. I know there's been some tips out there on how to paint diamonds, how to paint Harlequins, and some tactics about them, but these guys are the next codex that is up for release, so let's go ahead and take a look. And there's only a couple things in here that are actually going to be new to you guys here in 8th edition if you're used to playing with the Harlequin troops. Otherwise, if you haven't gotten into them yet, now could be a time, but I want to give you a little bit of a preface. Don't freak out at the prices that you're going to see here unless you happen to be in New Zealand, because I'm choosing the New Zealand delivery options so that I can look at Saturday's releases, because it's Saturday there right now, but it's still Friday night here in the United States. So let's take a look and dive in, and we'll go into what is up for pre-order right now. There's quite a bit, and I think some of this may have not been in the stores for a little while, so it's kind of potentially like a re-release depending on what your local hobby store has had in stock for you guys. But we've got the new special edition, the Solitaire Collection, which comes with the special edition Codex Harlequins and the data cards, or you could just get the normal edition for roughly half the price and get Codex Harlequins and the data cards. That should be weighing in somewhere between 50 and 60 US dollars, just to give you guys a range. Then we've got the Harlequin Troop. This is an interesting set with a couple different head options and chest options, but pretty much a dynamic posed force. And they are very expensive in terms of money, but they also are quite a bit more points than Eldar if they hold true here in 8th edition as well. So we also have the special characters, the Death Jester, the Shadow Seer, the Solitaire, and then they have not yet sold out of the Triumvirate of Yaniad. So if you want to pick up those 3 elf special characters, I call them elves, but really Dark Eldar and Eldar special characters, whatever you may call them in this edition. You've also got Skyweavers. We'll go over some of the other releases, but the Webway Gate is a brand new release. So let's take a look at that. We can't see much on the codex yet, but this is just a terrain piece, of which probably has some battlefield special rules that we've seen for a lot of the recent releases of terrain piece. Most of them have been used for summoning, and the Webway Gate should be no different. So here's the Webway Gate. It's presumably going to be 1 sprue times 2, but it could be 2 unique ones. And it's got sort of a feminine type character pose, statuesque pose here on the side panels of it. And that's essentially it, but it would be interesting to see if people start to convert these pieces of terrain into anything or incorporate them to create other Eldar pieces, you know, something for the Wraith Knight, or maybe one of the types of Eldar Phantom, or whatever they called the Forge World giant walkers that were like Titans. So let's dive in here one page further, because there's actually another page of releases, another half page at least. And here you can get the Eldar collection, which I don't think is brand new. I think we've seen that here for a little bit, but that's a collection of artwork and stories about the Eldar. And then the Star Weaver, which is the same kit as the Void Weaver, depending on how you want to kit that out, and digital downloads of the codexes. So that's what's up right now for pre-release on Games Workshop. Let's take another look into here. Now, if you haven't been paying too much attention, or this is your first time on the channel, thank you. You guys can subscribe. Hit that like button to let me know that you like the videos, and also lets YouTube know that you like the videos so that other people can join the channel. We've reached over 530 subscribers, so we're growing fast, which means that we are well on our way for giving away, let's switch cameras, we are giving away the Infinity Steel Phalanx set. And that's just a little $48 starter set. I will ship that to you guys. All I need you to do for the next week and a half, we're closing in on halfway through this giveaway. That was our 500 subscriber giveaway. I want you guys to comment below that you want the Steel Phalanx. Every single video of mine since I announced it, if you comment in those that you want the Steel Phalanx, you will be included in that drawing, and I'll use like randomgiveawaydrawer.com or whatever it was. I'll put you in one time for every single entry, so you have multiple chances of winning. I'll hit that button once. We'll record that on a video so you guys know that I'm doing it for no BS, and then I'll contact you, or you'll contact me. We'll get in touch and share the shipping address where you want me to send that. Then after that, since we're well on our way to 1,000, I think it'll be coming up pretty quick here, we will be giving away either your choice of one of the $85 start collecting sets for either Age of Sigmar or 40K, or we can give away a Blood and Thunder or a No Fear starter set. Choice is yours, depending on what phase of the hobby you're in. So that will be a super valuable giveaway if you guys want to be there. We're not yet commenting to give that one away, because we're going to give it a little bit of time to marinate on the steel phalanx. Then we'll be on our way towards that one as we help grow the channel. So let's dive back in and let's find out what we may have missed. So here's one of the things that I usually check out on a daily basis is I check out the Warhammer community website. So this is a great place to find out. Usually like every other day they're commenting and posting new stuff in there. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's not. Occasionally it's Forge World, sometimes it's Warhammer 40,000, sometimes it's Age of Sigmar, and other times it's a specialist game. But right now it seems to be heavily focused, rightly so, on the new edition of Age of Sigmar. So no surprise there. They're doing faction focuses. We took a look at the Fire Slayer, and that really hadn't turned in, materialized into any new models that we had seen there, but they're previewing special rules such as the turn sequence. These command abilities are going to be a lot like stratagems, so that 40k aspect that people seem to really be liking is now going to become a similar part of the game. And then let's take a look at Warhammer Weekend. So this is going to be in Dallas, Fort Worth, and this is going to celebrate the kickoff of the Warhammer Cafe, which is the Warhammer Citadel. So this is a place where you could get your bagel and schmear and some coffee, some models, and talk hobby. So it'll be interesting. But this is not an actual picture of it. This is the Doubletree Suites at Dallas Fort Worth. So that will be where they're hosting the event. I don't know how big the conference center is at a Doubletree Suites, but it's probably not that big. But this is going to be called Warhammer Weekend. So that'll be the 9th and 10th of June in Grapevine, Texas. So that is going to be a big event. So they're going to have Forge World on location. And that's another key thing, is this is going to be, I think, the only store in the U.S., official Games Workshop store in the U.S., that's actually going to stock Forge World. And it's presumed that they're going to stock the full catalog. Sad to say that there's quite a bit of Horus Heresy going away. If you've checked out Forge World's website as of late, they've been phasing out a lot of the upgrade sets for the Horus Heresy. Still haven't any word on the vehicles, the dreadnoughts, things like that. I think that those will probably have a chance of staying because oddly enough, they said that they're not getting rid of Horus Heresy, even though many people are claiming that it's kind of coming to an end of the storyline. But that's kind of interesting because it's a 10,000 year span roughly between the Horus Heresy event and Warhammer 40k in the 41st millennium. So I think there's a lot of story to unfold there. But as far as the official saga and the drama between the different chaos and the falling of the legions of Space Marines before they became chapters, that of course may actually have played itself close to an end with not too much else to give out there. Doesn't mean Forge World's to an end, and it doesn't mean they won't continue to support it. Obviously they claim to continue to support it, but it is odd that the faction upgrades, as expensive as they were, 2 rounds of those are starting to go into their last chance opportunity. So that's kind of a big deal here. So now we've got the Warhammer Citadel opening up in the US, and that's essentially a wrap, which is the stalest news we have had from Games Workshop in the entire week. So last Saturday we went gangbusters with 3 videos, banged them out, grew by a massive ton of people. I really appreciate you guys hanging in there. I love commenting with you, so comment below if you want to ask me questions, if you want to interact, or if you think I'm full of crap or something like that. I can take it. But it's been a lot of fun interacting with you guys. I like seeing what you're up to. You guys chime in with what parts of the hobby you like, what your favorite factions are, what's currently on your hobby desk. And maybe soon what we'll do is we'll do like a painting critique. I've got this painting set here. If you haven't picked up these painting sets, I've picked up quite a few of them. To me, it's a very cheap way to normalize the cost of a brush, because these starter brushes are like an $8, maybe $10 value. But then you get to mess around with the other paints, and usually, because by the time I end up using up one of these size paints anyways, they're kind of gummed up and dried up. But I tend to have pretty decent luck at using these up, and you get 6 tiny pots and a paintbrush, and I really can't beat it for 15 bucks. So not too bad, and they come kind of coordinated for you to get that. I might be giving something like this away. We might do a painting competition. I wouldn't be entered into it, but I would probably paint something on screen. I'm looking at doing some live videos here maybe this weekend. I did one last weekend. Seemed to interact pretty good with you guys, so don't know what time of day is best to do a live video, presumably nighttime, but we'll stay tuned for Budget Wargamer for some more cool stuff.